Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are starting off our Sonic block. I know I'm excited. How about everyone here in chat? Now, I don't have much to say because we've got a wonderful, wonderful run coming up here of Sonic Mania. Amy, New Game Plus. So with Snowball, why don't you take it away, Snowball, and introduce us to the run?
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Snowball, or SnowballSMB, and this is going to be Sonic Mania, Amy, New Game Plus, no major glitches. The major glitches scare me. Sonic Mania, it's just going to be pretty much a regular run of Sonic Mania with all the Chaos Emeralds from the start, except we have a special character that we can use. Amy Rose was added in a really cool mod made by Troop Sushi and Codename Gamma. And she's got a really fun moveset that I will explain a bit more once we get into the run. But today I am not alone. I am being joined by a couple of wonderful commentators. If you two would like to introduce yourselves.
Hello everybody, I'm Argick. I love this game to bits, and I love the fact that Snowball is here ready to run some Mania. And joining us is...
Hello everyone, I am HUD601. Wonderful to be here on Lady Arcaders. Thank you for inviting me, Snowball. I also love this game, and I really want to run Amy after watching this.
Hooray, more Amy runners! I love hearing more people want to run Amy.
Such a good run.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a quick countdown, and then we are going to hop into the first zone of the game, Green Hill Zone. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So Green Hill, pretty straightforward stage. And Amy has her own fancy little moveset. In addition to the trademark spin dash of the whole cast, she also has her heli hammer, which just sort of gives her a nice hitbox in the air and more time in the air. And then she also has a hammer flip, like that. That can give us a ton of height, especially while running through areas quickly. I just hit 2 walls, that's fine. The hammer flip is incredibly powerful for stages that are fairly straightforward like this. And also, it's just a really fun trick to use when there's downtime. And there's a boss fairly early in the game that is pretty much downtime, so I'll probably just be hammer flipping for fun through that. But that is the first stage down. Now we are going on into Act 2, which is, Argick, do you want to sort of explain how Act 2s usually work in Mania?
Of course. So Sonic Mania is a nice mix of nostalgia, but it has a lot of new things in here as well. The Act 1s of most stages are going to be a combination of all the acts from their games that they're from, whereas Act 2 is going to add new gimmicks and also new level layouts while combining the nostalgic aesthetic that you're seeing here with Green Hill. So in this case, we had these amazing pulleys, we had completely new hills and layouts, completely new flips and waterfalls, and now we have a completely original boss, Do Not Steal. The boss there already defeated thanks to Amy in super form having the invincibility, and we get to hear that really satisfying thunk that you get every time Amy hammer flips.
Yeah, I love the sound design in the Amy Mania mod. Just everything about it is so well put together. Now we're moving on into Chem Plant. And
Woohoo!
like 50% of the time, I'm always hitting that guy, which is fine because that lets me charge a bit of a stronger spin dash, which honestly puts me on a cycle that I tend to prefer with those little chemical bubble emitters. And So since we have all of the emeralds from the start of the run, the big rings will not take us to special stages, excuse me. Instead, they will give us 50 rings, and since you need 50 rings to go super, it's just always nice when there's a big ring right like that one that is just right next to the usual path through the stage. But now we've got to count to 4 loop-de-loops, so that's 4, jump over that red spring, go into the 5th loop-de-loop, jump down the hill for a little bit of extra speed, and here's some more hammer flips to get 4 hits in on the boss out of 6 before it even gets a chance to do anything. We're moving on to Act 2. Act 2's got a really cool gimmick. One of you two like to explain the gimmick of Chemical Plant Act 2?
Let's go for it.
Yeah, go on then. The gimmick of Act 2 is the wonderful flubber that you can see just below there. You saw a little bit of it on the boss previously, but there's 4 types of flubber. You have light blue flubber that gives you a little bit of bounce. You've got the green flubber you just saw there that gives you a big old bounce. You got the dark blue flubber that will damage or hurt you. And you also have the purple flubber that you stick to, which helps you go up walls, and as you saw, allowed us to kind of go up up vertically just then. So we're going to work our way along the pipes. You see we've got some light blue flubber there, so we get a little bit of a bounce just to continue on and give us a nice flow. But yeah, that is the gimmick in this one. So kind of leaning into the whole chemical idea, expanding on the chemical plant lore, if you like, transforming into Super Amy. Is it super or hyper? No, it is only super. We don't get hyper in Sonic Mania, do we?
We don't, no.
Need to bring the hyper characters back, honestly.
Yeah, I really agree with that. Fortunately, Sonic Origins, when they added the Origins Plus DLC, making Amy playable in that, there is Hyper Amy, and she's got a really fun trick in that game where when she's in her hyper form, if you hit the transformation button, she'll just throw an endless sea of Pico Pico hammers, and it's hilarious.
It is absolutely hilarious. He just is like,
so she's become the unofficial Hammer Sister, right? Taking a leaf out of Super Mario. But yeah, we're gonna get a bit of a unique. Gonna get a bit of a unique boss here now, so we're going to be continuing on. We are almost at the end of the level, coming down this little pipe, and the boss for Act 2. Anyone remember Dr. Botnik's Mean Bean Machine? Yeah, we get to do puzzle games for our boss here. So good luck, Snowball, because I'm terrible at this.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
Quick explanation on this for those that have never played it. It is a chain puzzle game. You want to chain at least 4 of the same color Puyos together. You want to then try and have them drop in a combo. The bigger the combo and the higher the chain that you can get, the more junk you will drop on the enemy. The goal here is simple. Fill up Dr. Eggman's screen before he fills up yours. It is easier said than done. We are here to speedrun. We're not here to do puzzle games. Snowball right now just looking for a trigger color here to drop the combos. As we have a nice big combo going down there, we are going to hopefully see that's a nice 2-piece. Going to drop that down a full line there. That'll stop Eggman from doing any of his own combos back, sending any of the junk here. We're looking for a nice big bounce there. That's looking nice. And then we're going to just try and get a double stack purple if we can there, because if we can gain that purple, that'll drop down some of the reds and hopefully the green and maybe the yellow as well. So we're just waiting to try and grab a purple here. Eggman looks like he's made a mistake on his own side, though, so it's not really going to matter. And he did. There you go.
Thanks, Eggman.
Oh, there it is.
Of course, as soon as I get a really good chain.
So Eggman sometimes just doesn't stack correctly, and yeah, that could happen. Well played.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the worst Robotnik Mean Bean machines I have played in Mania in quite some time, so...
You had a great stack going, just couldn't get the pieces you need to kick off the chain.
Yeah.
It do be like that at times.
But now
However, we are now on
Sonic Mania's first original zone, Studiopolis. This is a really, really fun zone.
Ooh, I'm gonna be mean. I don't think it is.
What? I think this is a great zone. I love the music. I love the style. It's amazing.
I will say
2 against 1 here, Argick.
I will say I enjoy Act 1 a lot more than I do Act 2 because The little bouncy balls in Act 2 just love to troll me, but Argick, would you like to explain a little bit of cool lore with this stage?
Of course. So Sonic Mania here, as Snowball said, this is the first unique stage to the game. And this is actually the stage that was originally sent as the prototype and the basically the pitch to Sega. Christian Whitehead took this to Sega and went, I want to make a unique Sonic game, and this is what I can do. And thus SnowballSMB was born. So way back in the prototyping stages, this is the stage that got the game greenlit. And it's really, really fun. Just not as fun as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I love you, Titanic Monarch.
And now we're on to a very auto-scrollery boss. The missiles will launch in sets of 1, 2, 3. So 1 is top, 2 is middle, and 3 is bottom. The blue missile we will just run into with Super Amy and launch back at the boss. This is so far terrible RNG, but since this is a bit of an auto-scrollery segment, if there are any messages from the host, now would be a fantastic time. Of course, he shoots a 1 as soon as there's already a 3 going back at him.
Well, I do have a dono here from Rexy, a $25 dono with a Sonic Block Hype comment. Good luck to all Blue Blur Speedy friends as they gotta go fast. Less than 3. Thank you so much for that dono, Rexy. And I just want to remind everybody that your donos right now are going towards the current target of $150. Don't forget to put them towards that in getting the final story run at the end of Sonic Adventure 2. So that'll be fantastic to see. We always want to get more Sonic. I mean, we don't seem to have any blue friends going fast. I'm seeing a pink friend going fast, but still, let's hear more about our blue friends going fast.
So, that was a fight that just happened. That was literally the worst RNG possible. 4 sets of 3. I have never seen that before. I've seen 3, 3, 2, 3. Not seen 3, 3, 3, 3. So now we are into the, is this a television studio or a radio studio? Get up there, Amy. There we go. This is another one of those stages that's sort of, well, like all of them in New Game Plus, you want to get your 50 rings as quickly as possible. However, it can be a little bit time consuming to go off of the path for rings, which is why it is very handy to hold on to that lightning shield from Act 1, as the lightning shield magnetizes rings towards you, and that just really speeds up a lot of this stage because you can go super significantly earlier with it. Now we're going to be making our way up, and then well, that's not ideal. Let's try that again. Hit the red spring, down the funnel. This is pretty much the only fast-paced part of this stage. Run around, bounce up a little bit, see if I can't get a really tight hammer jump. Almost got it. The timing on that is so hard. Fortunately, there's the just backup of stopping. But this next boss that's coming up, I feel like is a really good example of no matter what game she's in, no matter what moveset Amy has, she is a wonderful little boss destroyer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the gimmick of that boss is the weather report. There can be wind, there can be thunderstorms. What else can there be? Heat?
Yep.
It's been so long since I've actually played that fight out.
And let's not forget, Argick is a good chicken. But the memes die hard with us, all right?
Now we are moving on to one of my favorite returning zones in all of Mania, Flying Battery. Going to hop on over here, grab that fire shield that is in the ceiling with the heli hammer. We will be swapping this out for a lightning shield shortly, but the fire shield lets us get through a couple of areas earlier in the stage without having to worry about, slowing down to avoid taking damage, most notably with that thing right there. Hammer flip up, sit on the jet. It's it doubles as a spring. Grab the lightning shield, pop super, and that was actually a really tight series of jumps that I landed to not get stuck on the ceiling right above the lightning shield, because when the ceiling is turned on and you have a lightning shield, you magnetize to it. Also, I'm not going through that because if the ceiling were to turn off and I was underneath that whatever it is, I would be crushed and I would die and I would have to pretty much restart the level, and since we're over a minute in, that would be bad. Now we are taking the top route. Missiles are going to break open the floor. This is one of the just sort of quality of life changes in Mania compared to the original version of the stage in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Usually you have to let 2 sets of missiles land on the floor to open up that hole to drop down, but in Mania it is only 1, and I really like that change.
I'm so happy about that change as well. This is a boss. That was a boss.
I love how Amy just destroys the bosses.
Yeah.
So good.
Now this is the next 2 stages in a row are going to be some of the biggest examples of how handy big rings can be when they're right next to just the path through the stage. We are going to drop down these little garbage chutes and then go left here, and there's a big ring chilling right there, and now we are super for the rest of the level. This is also the first instance of if I was running the version of the category that has major glitches, there would be a massive skip at the end of the level that would completely skip the boss. But it's scary, and also I just like really enjoy running this game glitchless / no major glitches, so we're gonna see the boss anyway. There are really off the top of my head I can think of 3 bosses that really can get skipped by major skips. Actually, no, 2. The boss on this stage, the second phase of Metal Sonic and Stardust Speedway, and you don't skip the final boss on Titanic Monarch 2, but you can skip a large portion of the level, so it might as well be you're skipping the boss time-wise. But now we are in the storm. There is a wind current that is sort of pushing us back, but Super Amy is just much too fast for the wind to really do much of anything to her. And we are going to go into the boss arena. Hopefully I don't get crushed by the spikes as the elevator moves up. Huds, do you want to explain this boss?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the big spider boss. What we're going to do here is hit the little bumper at the top, bumper, straight into the spikes. We need to get 6 hits on the boss here. So each time pushing the boss over. The spikes have weird hitboxes as well, as does Robotnik. So sometimes you can get early hits, sometimes you can even get double hits, and sometimes you get hits when the spikes aren't even on the screen anymore. But I believe that's 4 so far, so 2 more to go. We're going to come up into the next section. There's spikes on both sides here. Got to be careful not to get caught underneath them. So it should be 1 more hit now. We can probably just make that. Oh, hitbox didn't quite play ball there, but that's fine.
Eggman?
See, now that looked like it should have happened. There you go. Spikes have weird hitboxes. But that's the boss. We're going to be coming up to the end here. We're going to be skipping the cutscene, but normally, and I just want to give a shout out to Metroid Crime, by the way, incredible speedrunner who does hang glider %, which is, this is where that run would end, effectively. But we're going to see the whole thing because we're doing it properly.
Yeah. Also, just a quick note on the spikes for that boss. It's not that they're weird, it's just the hitbox is misaligned. So where the spikes actually are, the hitbox is slightly above it. Why?
Because they're weird, that's why.
I mean, that's fair, it works. No, it's not weird. This stage. Welcome to Press Garden. Welcome to Eggman's printing press. You first saw his TV studio, now he's got a printing press. Next stage, you'll have some kind of internet phenomenon going on. But this is a very cycle-based stage. It's also another very vertical-based stage as well. So you're going to see Snowball here run through the stage and try to avoid getting crushed by the crushers, but also using Amy's hammer flip to flip up and skip a lot of really cool cycles. Whoa, like this one here. So we're going to wait for the crusher to go up, but do a hammer flip so we don't actually have to activate it, and we get to skip that entire segment instead of waiting on it going through. It's amazingly fast and it's very nice. This one we have to activate so we can actually get through the wall, because otherwise there's not a hole in the wall. And this one we just climb all the way up and we're holding the jump button to bounce off the little printing presses there, moving on the conveyor belt, legging all the way through, and then a little shortcut's going to come up where we're going to see, well, basically more hammer flips, because hammer flips are fun.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
So
backup strats on the fly here.
I am not supposed to be in this spot of the stage. My controller just decided you're not jumping.
It's a
Quote one, everybody.
situation.
Quote one. Quote one.
I love how we're all straight to yes, quote one. Press jump and she didn't jump.
Yep, she pressed jump, but she no jump.
This is how you know that Snowball is a true Sonic speedrunner, or in this case, an Amy speedrunner.
Where even am I right now? Wait, I think I might be near the end of the stage. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You
should be
are
back on path
indeed.
now.
This is a very confusing stage if you're not on the proper route. Oh,
But well recovered.
I just
What's that?
realized
Hi,
a very major problem. I don't have my fire shield that I normally have for Act 2.
You do not, but your route is the exact same.
Yeah.
It just means get ready to mash jump button a lot.
Yeah, the next stage, as you can kind of see from the floor in this room, is a sort of snow and ice level. Moonwalking Amy, I am going to keep this regular shield. I could have skipped that cutscene, but I want the extra hit. And I'm down here, which is fine, because I can just hammer flip back up. And honestly, getting rid of... Getting rid of those spikes like that, not the worst thing in the world. I do have to be a little bit careful because usually you have a fire shield for the stage, and the fire shield prevents you from getting frozen. The fire shield does disappear when you go super, and that is a very good thing because you have to go super for this part of the stage. However, you actually need to get frozen right up ahead. Right here, hopefully.
Nice, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's looking good. So this getting frozen in this block of ice lets us break through those blocks of ice up there and go on to a very short and quick route to the boss. So even without the fire shield, that went very smoothly. That could have been so much worse. Now we have the second one of the hard-boiled heavies, Heavy Shinobi. His sword freezes us, he throws the little starfish bots. None of this really matters because we're super. Oh, nice. 3 cycle. Usually I have to play an extra cycle and I just flew over the capsule. I was very worried about how that stage was going to go when I didn't have the fire shield.
Really well recovered.
And we're on to start a
another
speedway.
classic one. Oh, any Sonic CD fans in the chat? I've become one, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, whoops. Amy.
So yeah, this is one of I would say the most famous zones from Sonic CD, an incredibly good game that sadly not many people have played, but it's got a great soundtrack, and this level introduces lots of pipes and lots of different pathways as well. So Snowball's going to be really careful to make sure that she goes all the correct routes, because going the wrong way can really cost you a lot of time in this level. You can be sent on a whole different maze. Very well done for avoiding those spikes. They also have some janky hitboxes and can get you out of nowhere. So yeah, just building up to 50 rings here. Almost at that point. Gonna jump over this one through the gap. There's the 50.
Oh my god.
Oh, well avoided on the Firefly there. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, this stage always stresses me out because I feel like I'm always either getting hit right before I can go super, or I'm just getting thrown onto a route that I really don't want to be on. But this time around, aside from a little mishap earlier on, went really, really smoothly. Last time I ran this in a marathon, I lost probably close to a minute just getting on a route I don't even know where it was. and I had never seen it prior, so I'm really glad that I did not have a repeat of that.
Yeah, Stardust Speedway is one of those levels where if you do go the wrong way, the age-old adage in Sonic of just go right doesn't apply. Because just go right doesn't work in Stardust Speedway. But now there's normally a cutscene here. We're going to use one of the CD gimmicks, and we are now in the future. Argick.
Present.
Oh, is this present? I thought this was future.
No.
Oh, my bad. All right.
You started in the past.
Oh.
But we still went forward in time.
Yeah. We went to the future.
To the present. No.
We went back to the future.
No. Hey. It's still the present. You're not getting out of this. Anyway, this stage is a bit of an auto-scroller on of itself here. We are, however, going to see a lovely little super transformation later on in the stage because ring count is very important. Something that hasn't really been explained with Super is that, yes, you need 50 rings to get into it, but you want to keep your rings, and your ring count counts down 1 ring per second every time you're in Super form. So Snowball here just farming a little bit of extra rings. Coming up for a really funky jump here. Watch Amy, though, as she spins. Oh, the speed of that is so good. Lovely. Makes light work of that jump. That jump is over a bottomless pit if you fall in it, bad things happen, but not today. Now that we're in the Metal Sonic fight, we will see the super transformation into Super Amy. The reason for that is because it is a pretty tight ring count here. We've got 3 phases of a boss fight, starting with a race. This is quite simply run fast, away you go, and race Metal Sonic through using our invincibility to our advantage. Couple of little hammer helis as well, because it's really fun. And then we're going to stick them in the hole and hopefully get into phase 2. Right, Metal, where you at? There you are. You're going to charge one more time. Yes, you are. Come back here. Get in the hole. And he's in the hole. That's very good. Yeah. So now we are.
There are times where Metal just decides he's going to like dance around in the air for a very long time before actually getting in the hole on the second phase.
Oh yeah, and it just won't do it. And you're like, "What are you doing, Metal? Get in the hole!" I was like, "Nope." But here we are going back to 8-bit goodies. There is Silver Sonic. And you can see Snowball here just waiting in position to explode Silver Sonic. And once Silver Sonic is exploded, it explodes into 4 bullets, and the bullets go and damage Metal Sonic here. So you can see why we needed the large amount of rings on the ring. Oh, trying to get hit, but not quite. Explosion coming off there, not quite getting it. But you get a little love hearts as well. That's a nice wee nifty feature for Amy. And there we go. Into phase 3.
Yeah, fortunately there are a few extra rings right over here. I got a little bit greedy on the second phase because if you jump in a certain way when Silver Sonic is jumping and he's curled up in his little spin dash ball, you can actually launch them into Metal Sonic then, and those deal 2 hits of damage instead of 1. But it's pretty precise, and I'm admittedly not very good at getting those extra damage hits. So I was a little bit lower on rings than I'd like to be for the third phase, but fortunately still had plenty.
Also, shout outs to the very niche reference to Metal Sonic Kai, I believe it is, originally in Chaotix. I would say. Yeah, there's lots of lore in this game. Like the creators of Sonic Mania, so Christian Whitehead, Headcanon as well. They are massive Sonic like nerds, and there's so many little Easter eggs all throughout this, little throwbacks to all sorts of old games and even some not very well known Sonic games as well.
Yeah, seeing a throwback to Chaotix is honestly pretty cool. Even though like I've never really played the game, still seeing it referenced is really, really cool because it's an interesting game.
It is a video game you can play. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You can play it. It's a video game. You should play.
I think my favorite... Oh, sorry, go on, Hug.
I was just going to say, we are in Hydro City Zone. No one? No time to debate? Sweet.
No,
right. So,
I mean, I was going to say it, but, you know, is it? Are we going to have this discussion?
I love
those donations in chat. Which is it?
Oh, please don't. There is an auto-scroller coming up next if you want to argue with it. Like, I'm down. Go for it.
Argick, I love how you ended that sentence with a comma.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Look, I'm sticking my claim for Splishy Splashy Fun Time Zone.
Coward.
You know how I feel about it.
Oh, I know. Anyway, that is a water stage. It is arguably one of the hardest stages in the game because you only hit the one checkpoint, and that checkpoint is at the end there. So, Snowball doing an absolutely fantastic job, not getting squished, also going through the floor, not a glitch, and now a PSA. For every potential evil genius out there, please do not leave your eggmobiles unattended, or random hedgehogs, foxes, echidnas, flying squirrels, or armadillos may come and commandeer them. So now we get the reverse Sonic 3 boss fight. Exactly the same boss fight that you have in Sonic 3, just with complete role reversal. Now we're the ones in the Eggmobile, and Eggman's having a bad time.
Yeah, but doesn't he look fine in that scuba gear?
No comment.
He's living his best life. Look, he's having a whale of a time.
Not anymore, he's not.
I don't think he's having much fun now.
You ruined his holiday. For all we know, that was his holiday. Going scuba diving. Poor Eggman. I'm Team Eggman.
Then he shouldn't have been putting explosives in the water.
I know, right? Like, I'm having fun. What did you do? I put depth charges in the water.
Look, we've all got hobbies, all right?
That's true. All right, we are in Hydro City 2. Little bit of a cycle skip here as we get up on the platform. And we get to see Amy's model in full 3D as she spins around there, which is really, really fun. This stage is a lot of fun because there's cool little skips in it in terms of the routing on it. Not like any major skips or anything, but it's just a really fun stage to run. You're going to see Snowball do a lot of really cool movement here with a number of jumps. We have the bubble shield as well, of course. Bubble shield will protect us from drowning. Another thing not mentioned on this one, but because Amy has her hammer, she doesn't have the ability to use any of the active abilities of the shield. So no bubble bounce, no double jump, and no fire dash. But we do get the passive abilities, which are arguably more important for Amy at the moment. Nice little hammer flip back up there.
I kind of forgot to spin dash there.
Fair. Nice transform, right in the nick of time there. And now here's a cool Amy only trick. Spin dash, jump, big heli, right over, hits the trigger so we actually activate the path swapper to allow us to skip that massive chunk of the level there. And then we're going to do something similar, a check on time, but it's, well, we're just going to go through the slides because the slides ain't solid apparently, so it's fine. So run, jump up through here, wow. To Old Glove. Oh, very smooth, all the way up the very top there. That was wonderful. As we turn, we stop, we go through, we jump right to the wall, straight down, and that is the stage, basically. Lovely job.
I am very happy with how this stage went. This is honestly one of my favorite stages to speedrun in this game, and also a very special stage to me in the speedrun, as this was actually the first stage that I learned the route on. So having this one go well in this run makes me very happy. But now, I don't know what Eggman's plan is here. But
will it blend?
It's not a very good plan, I don't think.
I agree, but that's the plan.
And now we've got the...
so if that's will it blend, is this will it wash?
I mean, this is the washing machine, so yeah.
Yeah, the second phase of that fight is actually pretty much just the Hydro City Act 1 boss from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I don't think that was... Yeah, not as close to the exit. For some reason, you can't skip that cutscene, but you can jump onto pretty much invisible collision. After hitting the capsule, and if you line it up just right, then the huge burst of water will push you up the back slope, and Amy will just pretty much run all the way to the end of the doorway. But still got a decent portion of the way through. But now we're on to Mirage Saloon 1. We've got our game's resident plane level. So this is a really long auto-scroller, so this is a really good time for any messages that the host might have.
Well, I just want to let everybody know we are, let me refresh, we are less than $4 away from getting that bonus final story run on Sonic Adventure 2. We are so close, everybody. I think we can get it by the time this run is finished. I think we can do that. So let's get some donos in, everybody. Let's get some exclamation point donation in chat, and we'll see what we got. I also have 2 donos here. One from Vegas Galby for $20 with no comment. Thank you so much for that. I also have one from Jose Manu 7 for $10, and it just says Sonic with like 3 exclamation points. I wanted to make sure that I got the exuberance of that in that dono read.
Nice.
You definitely captured that energy. Oh no!
Ooh, this is not good. I need a ring real bad. Get out of here.
Thankfully, there's 8. Nope, 6. I can math.
Now we're going to be flying right next to the Dr. Eggman Express. And you might be wondering, I had over 50 rings. Why did I not go super? The reason why I did not go super is if you go super, it is actually possible to fall off the plane. I'm not risking that.
Yeah, the devs deliberately left a little nod to Sonic 2 in there, where if you spin dash at maximum speed, super or not, and you're spin dashing to the left, because why would you be doing that, you will just spin dash off the plane and die. The downside of that is that if you're super characters can do that much easier and they don't need to spin dash up to 6 revs. And now we have the big ol' worm! Big ol' worm.
Another fairly RNG dependent fight. Right off the bat, getting a 3
Good RNG.
hit. Yeah. Let's get that. Oh, not gonna get that again. Didn't get the second hit, so we're at 4. We need 6. Going all the way
troll
off the
boss.
screen. Dang it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And next up, we've got a stage that is not an auto-scroller. Mirage Saloon Act 2. This stage is really fun because I know the route. I almost never go on the route for the whole time. And it doesn't usually lose me any time because this stage is really fast no matter how you play it. So, once again, going to be grabbing rings to get up to 50 as quickly as possible, popping super right off the bat, and then we are going to be running through the little ice cream shop. I don't need these rings, but I always grab... Okay, I'm just grabbing one monitor, I guess. I always just grab them for safety. And here's the game's reminder to stay hydrated out there, gamers. Going to fly up off of these piñatas up to here. What route am I on? What route has Amy decided to go on?
Mid route!
Through another ice cream shop. Break that. Fall down. Actually remember to fly up there instead of running into the dead end that's right below like I always do. And now we've got the boss, which is a nice little callback to 3 very cool characters. One of them came back very recently with Sonic Superstars, and I wish that the other 2 would come back. Got Fang. Well, it's not really Fang, Bean, and Bark. It's merely Heavy Magician and creating some illusions with her magic. But with the Fang and Bean parts, I am hitting her once, causing her to transform back into those characters again, and getting another 2 hits just to sort of speed up the cycles. And then since she's already got 6 hits on her, I can just do the regular 2 on the Bark phase, because when you do 2 hits on a sort of, I guess, stun lock phase, she will just go right back into the box, so it saves time to get a 3rd hit on Fang and Bean.
Can I butt in here for a second?
Sure.
I just want to let y'all know we have hit that incentive for the bonus run, everyone. Congratulations. We're going to get some more Sonic in this block. That is fantastic. Awesome
Let's
times.
go.
Woo! Nicely done, folks.
That's awesome to hear. And, Oil Ocean. Fun place. I don't think that that's an overly popular opinion, but I really like it here.
I actually like it in this one. Like, Sonic 2 is a bit of a... In this one, I feel like they've done it a little bit more justice.
Amy, please go up. Thank you. I completely forgot what part of the stage I was on. Go up that elevator, hammer flip again. I'm jumping way too early. Oh my gosh, Amy, come on, girl. I can't really blame Amy for this because I'm just, like, fumbling the route a little bit. Hammer flip up.
Look,
I'm going to be
Amy's
the
doing her
unpopular one here.
best.
I'm going to be the unpopular one. I didn't like Oil Ocean in Sonic 2 or in Sonic Mania.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is a stage.
It's a fiddly stage. That's the thing. For me, it doesn't flow well. It's just fiddly.
That's fair. But now we're getting a little bit of a teaser for the gimmick of Act 2, the smog. Would one of you two like to explain the smog?
Oh no.
The smog is the exact same as the super characters. After a certain amount of time, the smog will begin to drain your ring count. However, never mind. It will activate. But at the start there, you saw the smog being enabled. Fun fact that if you never grab any of the pulleys with that, it'll never drain your rings. It's a glitch that they left in the game. I don't know why they left it, but it's there. But yeah, now that the smog is coming back, eventually it will start draining a ring at 1 ring per second. However, that's not going to be a problem because Snowball is going to transform into Super Amy, and Super Amy is going to drain at 1 ring per second. Unfortunately, having the smog on screen and Super Amy does not drain your rings at 2 rings per second because I thought that would have been pretty cool, but I guess I'm a bit of a masochist. Also, just going through... okay, I can't say it. I can't say it on a PG stream. and the song was going to play anyway. The song, if you know the song, it's very good. But we've got the super theme overriding it, so I can't do it. Feels bad.
I just wants to eat chili dogs.
Can't say the rest on a PG stream. Right, who does the Pog face better, everybody? The Pog face or this boss?
Pingu.
Oh. No. That boss did not look around even once. That was amazing. Straight in the middle there. So yeah, this boss we got to wait around. The boss will try and kill us, but being invincible, it's not going to happen. We cannot get all 8 hits on this boss. I have tried. I have even tasted it. The boss has too many iframes. The most you can get is 7. But we need 8 to get this, and then we're going to go through. Once the boss pops up again, there you go. Big old excited Pog face there. And then away we go to the end of the stage and into one of my favorite stages coming up with Lava Reef.
Yeah, Lava Reef is thematically and gameplay one of my favorite zones in all of Sonic. I am very prone to getting lost on Act 1, or at least I was. I would pretty much... Oh, that's not good. I'd pretty much always be on the right route, but I'd always feel like I had no idea where I was actually going. I still get very lost on the Act 1 in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But unfortunately, I do not have quite enough rings to go super just yet, so I'm going to be going super a little bit later. Fortunately, there are some rings right there going to pop super as I don't want to risk anything. And we've got these funny little elevators. Fortunately, we don't have Tails with us to troll us, because if you spin dash left, the elevator goes down. If you spin dash right, the elevator goes up. Tails loves to try and have elevators go the opposite way you want them to be going. He's trying his best, though. I'm going to just grab some extra rings to play things nice and safe. Fortunately, the cycle on this elevator pretty much means I didn't actually lose time to getting a little bit of a fumble getting up there. But gotta spin dash through those walls, can't jump through them. There's a hidden red spring in that wall to give us a lot of speed and have us fly way up here, and then we're going to go up again. Jump on this elevator, hammer flip up, and there is going to be a little secret cubby coming up with 2 ring monitors right up here. I like going in here just because you're super for a really long time on this level, and it gets very stressful with managing ring count, because also the boss is not quick. And it can be very hazardous to a cute little hedgehog's health if she's not super for that fight.
Absolutely. Always mind your ring count. It's really important. And always know your backups.
Yes, backups are very important. That is why I did not know my backup on Press Garden Act 1. This boss here is going to do some drilling and get hit by lava. It has super armor that only the lava can break. 2 blasts of lava will break it, and then it's, I think, 6 hits?
Yes.
But, there's a really cool thing coming up with Act 2 that, I'll let Argick explain when we get there. Hopefully I do this right.
Yeah. Okay, so Snowball is going to attempt Dark Lava Reef 2. It's really cool. So normally we would just skip these level transitions, but we're not going to do that this time because we're going to let this transition play. And as the transition plays, the lights go out. And if Snowball can time the input correctly, the lights don't come back on. And then you get this really cool effect where the level is darkened and like you can barely see what's going on, apart from the majestic crystal effect and it changing color and it illuminating certain edges of it. It's such a wonderful little visual glitch. I'm so happy that Snowball was able to pull it off. But now this makes the stage a lot harder for Snowball, as she needs to know where she's going and where the jumps in that are going to be. It's such a cool trick, and I'm so glad that it's been shown off.
Going to just grab that invincibility monitor up there for a little bit of safety, because it is very, very difficult to get through this section of the level without getting hit a lot, unless you have it. And also, I was not expecting those moving blocks to be on the cycle that they were on, so I ended up losing a cycle. Oh well. Also, the hammer flip just has some invincibility on it, which is really nice, because then Amy can just sort of hammer flip right through that jet of fire. Going to grab the fire shield, and we're already at 50 rings. I'm still going to grab these 2 monitors, drop down here, and pop super, and there's not too much of this level left. I wish that you could fight the boss with the lights out, but there is like another level transition into the boss arena that forces the lights back on, which is a bit of a shame. I probably should have hit that checkpoint just to be safe. I need to get on this platform, hammer flip up. And this part of the stage has a really, really satisfying hammer flip. It's going to be a bit harder to see what exactly happens here because the lights are mostly off, but that hammer flip right there sends Amy most of the way up a really tall staircase that is full of conveyor belts pushing her back down, and also some of those little exploding guys that are also like rocks that are like solid stage terrain. That staircase is a very big pain if you don't hammer flip, and also just if I only counted 7 hits. Okay.
Hey, we'll take 7. Also, shout outs to Jimmy the Motobug.
Alright, I got one question for you all, chat. Is this anime?
What defines if it's anime?
Is this anime? Is this anime? In this case, the song, because it just sounds like is this anime?
So yeah, another returning level from Sonic CD. This is Metallic Madness. So again, as before, being Act 1, this is an amalgamation of the original levels from Sonic CD, so we're going to see all sorts of bits mashed together, a few little bits here and there changed, a lot of very, very precise movement in this level to try and build up the ring count while avoiding all the pitfalls that will take you to the bottom route, which is very, very bad in this level, as well as avoiding all the enemies. That's why I should be able to get mostly back up here.
Well, I am going to the back. Fortunately, I know for the most part what I'm doing on this route.
Commentator's curse, that's your fault.
Thanks. I'm so sorry.
It has been quite some time since I have actually been on this route, so we'll see how this goes. Honestly, getting hit here is not that big of a deal because this boss is really stressful for me as Super. It's a returning boss from Sonic 1. I believe the only returning boss from Sonic 1, which is kind of ironic because this is not a Sonic 1 zone. But now we're back on the right track, which is good. And I might be able to go Super, which is nice because that'll speed up.
You've got enough coming.
Yeah. This will speed up one area right before the end of the stage, which is the only time we're supposed to go to the background.
Yeah, it's a really cool gimmick in this stage, the fact that we can go into the background. There's like a whole second stage behind us that lets us kind of traverse. But as Snowball was saying, the return of the only Sonic 1 boss. This is the final zone boss, but rather than 4 pistons, we have 5 this time. Robotic's going to come down in a random one. We've got the laser balls returning, but we're currently Super Amy. These don't hurt us. We don't have to worry about it. It's going to get in between these two. That's hit number 2, and then we're going to get the lasers again. And you can kind of sense a pattern going on here. So we're going to have 2 more hits before we go into the desperation phase, and that's when things are going to get spicy.
And that's when
we need to be.
That's when we learn to count with Snowball. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was going to say, just keep an eye on your ring count.
Oh, that is a good point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2.
So yeah, you can hear Snowball counting here at the moment. So Robotnik always appears in the 4th one, and when the pistons come round, you will never get 2 next to each other come down. So you'll never get the middle one and then one of the bottom ones together. But yeah, really well done. 4 rings to go at the end. Timed it perfectly. See? No issue at all. Knew what you were doing the whole time.
Sure.
Alright, Metallic Madness Act 2. We got a fun little gimmick here, don't we, Argick?
Oh, we do indeed. Little being the operative word on this stage. So we are going to do our ring collection on the first way around. You're going to make sure we don't get hit by any of the spikes. We're going to go back into the background again, just so we don't have to get hit by some of the enemies, and also navigate our way through the rest of the stage down the little hole there. And there's the little gimmick. It's little Chibi Amy. Look how cute she is. Oh, she's so small. Only thing that changes is, of course, the sprite and the size of her physical hitbox, but she looks really cool when she does it. She's so cute. And now we get Chibi Super Amy. Or Super Chibi Amy.
Yeah, and actually we will be fighting the boss as Chibi Amy, which is kind of cool. Also, I usually don't take that section that fast because those pistons really stress me out. And
cycles do that.
As do those pistons. But now we are going to hammer flip up here because I did not have the speed that I usually do for that little quarter pipe. I want that ring monitor. My thumb slipped off the joystick, so of course I'm going to land right next to that guy and not on the side that I want to be on.
Ooh, just missed the cycle there.
Now we are going to go down here, and because we are playing as Amy, we are going to get a little callback to another sort of classic era, sadly, for the most part, exclusive character, Honey the Cat.
Ow.
Usually, those are little mini robot exploding Amy's, but since we're already playing as Amy, that wouldn't make as much sense. But okay, you know what? No, we all lied. Right there was returning Marble Zone boss.
Surprise, Eggman!
Granted, it was a little toy. Also, I'm going to let this cutscene play out because this cutscene is really cool. We are going to be moving on into our final zone, Titanic Monarch. And this is probably my favorite set of 2 stages in the whole game. There it is. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really wish that the Titanic Monarch itself had been the final boss.
That would have been really cool, right?
Like you're in your super form, just flying around this absolutely massive machine. Like take the Death Egg robot from Sonic 2, or in this game, Green Hill Act 2. and scale it up by at least 10 times, and you get the Titanic Monarch, and that would have been just such a cool fight. But fortunately, the final boss is also very, very cool.
I just love this level. I love the aesthetic, the design, just the gameplay, everything about it, and the music. Oh,
yeah, the music in Titanic Monarch, especially in Act 2, is just so amazing. This is one of the few times that I really wish that I did have the option to have the super music not play, because we are going to be Super Amy for a massive portion of Act 2, and I just adore the Act 2 music so much. Fortunately, we will get to hear the final boss music, and the final boss music is one of my favorite boss themes in the entire series.
Ooh, that is high praise. Now, this stage and this series of stages, I adore this as a final stage in the game. I know a lot of people who played this casually for their first time and were like, oh, I timed over on this. Because we do still have the 10-minute time limit. 9:59 is all you get. And a lot of people did time over on their first time playing through this, because the stage is just that massive. But it just has that perfect feeling of, this is a finale, this is a final stage. And it's done really, really well with all characters. The only part I don't like, you'll find them in Phase 2, and we'll call them out when we get to them. But that's only because I like the squimshing, and squimshing is bad.
Just barely not enough.
Seeing it mentioned in the chat there, there is indeed a code that you can use in the level select to disable the supersonic music, if you so wish. We were going to use that. Unfortunately, Snowball is exclusively an Amy player and does not have debug mode unlocked, so we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I've
absolutely amazing.
I've only played through this game as Amy. I've honestly been meaning to learn more characters, but Amy's
no, it is totally valid. You have a character that you like, and that is who you stick with.
All right, I'm going to be attempting something really difficult. Yes. But if you remember Dark Lava Reef, there is another dark stage.
All the blessers.
Fingers crossed. Ooh, I'm hoping not.
Ah, dang it.
I think that one was too early, based on what I was looking at.
It felt too early.
Worth a try.
So the idea there was the exact same as we did with the Dark Lava Reef, where on the stage transition, you can wait for the lights to darken and then skip the cutscene so the lights remain dark. With Titanic Monarch, though, it is significantly tighter in the window. I believe it's only a couple of frames, but I've never actually checked it myself. But if you get the stage lights to come back on, it means most likely you were too early. Or you can just be too late on it as well. It's just that tight. But Amy here gets to make light work of the stages. A lovely set of hammer jumps, lovely set of heli hammers as well. As we now have the worst part of this game, these pistons. But not those specific ones there. There's a set in the third area that you're going to see that is a very vertically based area that will have pistons next to each other. And if you're in between the pistons as they pass by, you're going to get squished, and we don't want to squish. So we're going to get the most overpowered shield in the game. We do love the lightning shield here. Magnet power going to come up and through. We're going to take the top left path as we're going to run our way through. You can see the pistons right on the right-hand side there. There is an evil set of pistons. Unfortunately, we need to go that side. So we're going to take out the enemy here. We're going to wait and see which set the pistons are on. We're going to wait for it to come through and then jump up and land on them. So we're going to be very careful as we transition from side to side here, because if you're in the middle of them, they will squish you, and that is really, really bad. We're then going to go through the rest of the stage. We do have, of course, the magnet effect from the lightning shield active. So those arcs of lightning will grab us, and we need to jump out of it. But we're going to just take the pathway through here. A little bit of a shortcut on that one. Don't try and do it the second time. There's an invisible wall in there, and you will get squished. Ask me how I know. And then we're going to fall down and head towards the end here with the crash test dummies. So we do love little crash test dummies. They're little fun. Little egg robots are like, I'm going to crash. And Amy's like, oh, God, no. But we can jump out of it and then go down into our next area. So that's the left-hand side's done. We're going to head over to the right-hand side now. I'm going to start with the right lower segment here. This is a very nice fun route because there's a lot of just running and straight through on it, just with a lot of speed. You can see Amy running through. We're going to get a nice big jump up here with the hammer as well. Didn't quite get the height we needed. Does it the second time, gets the bouncy up, and then it's double springs up to the top. And we're going to be doing another couple of ceiling runs here. We're going to jump over that spring because Amy will hit it. Big red spring gives us more oomph. And then we're going to jump to dodge the one in the ceiling there. That will push us backwards. Nice big jump at that side with a hammer. Lovely. And then we're going to go up again to the top route, to the secret exit. But this time going to avoid getting the item boxes because we want the lightning shield and not the fire shield. Grabbing the 10 ring box though, just because we can. And then up to our vertically based one. We've got these pistons again. They're evil. This is the last set of pistons that we get on the level, as we're then going to run our way through down to the bottom segment here and then navigate our way up using the orbs as well. A very smooth level so far. Absolutely amazing play here from Snowball. So
I'll say that previous section was so smooth.
That I think was probably the best I've played that room. That felt really, really good.
Wait, who's catching the bolts?
About no one, because Snowball no do that, because Snowball plays safe. But we are on the final boss, so time will be coming up. We'll let Snowball call that. But this boss has a shield. We're going to have to wait for the boss to lose its shield. It makes a funky little bonk noise when Amy hits him. But we're invincible. The boss is invincible until the shield comes down. And then Snowball is going to run in and try and get 4 hits each time. For the first 2 segments, you can get 5, which is going to come in handy. We should only be seeing 1 set of the hard boil heavies if this boss fight goes according to plan.
Yeah, and fortunately it is Heavy Gunner. Heavy Gunner's room is really free, especially as super. I remember the first time I played through this game, Heavy Shinobi kind of destroyed me on this fight. Fortunately,
still does if I accidentally go in there. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, so, alright, we've got only 3 hits left, so time will be coming up when Eggman's mech starts to explode. Time.
GG.
GG.
That felt like a really good Titanic Monarch. I'm very happy with how that stage went, because that is just one of the coolest levels thematically, musically, stage design, just in a 2D Sonic, in my opinion. And now we've got a cool little slightly edited cutscene to include Amy in it. I'm glad that my game did not crash going into the cutscene, because every once in a while the game will crash.
I'm glad your cutscenes run at proper FPS. Mine runs at 15 for some reason. And completely desyncs, which is great. Yeah! I love that little ending tab. That's so cool.
So what was my time, by the way?
Your time was 59:39.
Ooh.
That is my
sub hour. That is fast.
That is my 5th ever sub hour, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Not PBing, because that was my first ever 59. All 4 of my other sub hours were all 58s.
Nice.
Very nice. Sub hour in a marathon run is amazing. Well done.
Thank you. Wow, that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna give a few shout outs real quick before heading on out. Shout outs to Lady Arcaders for having me and letting me show this off. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, speedrun category that I currently have in my arsenal to run, and I just love getting the chance to show it off. Shout outs to both of my commentators, Argick and Huds. I remember back, it would be about 2 years ago now, when I first started running Sonic Mania. You two were like massive inspirations to me to start learning how to run Sonic games. And feel like getting to this point with this game just feels so cool. Shout outs to Fast Pace Events for just giving me so many cool opportunities to help out with staff stuff with their events. Of course, I'm going to do it. Shoutouts to the Super Monkey Ball Banana Era speedrunning community. We've all been grinding out the latest game, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, and it's been so much fun. Speaking of which, Amy will be added to that game in like 4 days. So I am very excited about that. Shoutouts to the Classic Sonic speedrunning community as well for being super, super supportive and awesome. And shoutouts to my fellow Amy Rose fanatic, Callie Macken, for just being a really cool person and really cool friend. And Argick and Huds, do you have anyone that you two would like to shout out?
Go on, Hug.
I will start off by saying a big thank you to yourself, Snowball, and Lady Arcaders for allowing us to join you on commentary for this one. It was absolutely amazing. I am so glad to be here. And also, thank you very much for the heartfelt message there. I'm glad that we've been able to inspire people to pick up Sonic games. They're a lot of fun. Long may they continue, and play the games any way you want to. The leaderboard doesn't matter. If you want to play these games with your modded characters, please do it. It's so much fun. But make sure you're following Lady Arcaders. Make sure you're following Snowball. Make sure you're following all these amazing runners.
Yeah, I just echo everything Arg said. Snowball, thank you so much for inviting me here, and for Lady Arcaders for allowing us to be here on your Super Showcase. It is always wonderful to hear if you've inspired someone to pick up speedrunning or to try Sonic speedrunning. If there's any of you out there that are inspired by this amazing one from Snowball, please come and join the Classic Sonic speedrun community. Please pick up a Classic Sonic game. They are so much fun, and I promise they're not as hard to learn as we sometimes make them look.
Yeah, and that I think is going to be all from us. Real quick, shameless plug. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, pretty much everywhere at SnowballSMB. I play lots of Super Monkey Ball, and I play lots of Sonic, and I draw lots of Sonic fan art and Super Monkey Ball fan art, and it's lots of fun. Yeah, again, thank you so much to Lady Arcaders for letting us all on for this run. And yeah, that's gonna be all from me.
Well, wasn't that a fantastic run, everyone? That was absolutely amazing. Give it up for Snowball. I think I might have to pick up Sonic Run after watching that. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Stephanie Alfano, who gave a $10 dono with no comment. That did help us to reach that Sonic Adventure 2 extra bonus route. I also just wanted to let you all know that we have opened up another incentive as well. We have opened up an incentive for, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time saying this because it's saying, it is Sonic R, Supersonic Racing. That's a lot of Sonic in one word. So this one allows us to have the victory lap as Supersonic so we can hear the iconic Supersonic Racing song. I think that's worth getting in there. That is a $75 total. Let's get some donos in for that, chat. I would really, really love to hear that song. I'd also like to let anyone who has come in and who has joined us recently know what we are doing here. So welcome in. This is the Lady Arcaders Super Showcase, an all-women charity talent showcase event running from July 25th to July 28th, benefiting CARE. The Super Showcase features a bunch of talented women and femmes showing off games that they love. Make sure to tune in throughout the weekend and tell your friends by sharing our posts on social media. And these are not just speedrun showcases. We have so many awesome showcases going along throughout the entire weekend. I also want to let you all know about our current poll that you can put your donos towards, because we have an emote showcase coming up tomorrow. Shala Kitty is giving us an opportunity between making a Paula emote from Earthbound or an Alice emote from American McGee's Alice. So don't forget when you're getting your donations in to put them towards one of those two emotes. And coming up, we have Sonic CD restored. We're going to be continuing our Sonic block, but we'll be back with that shortly. I hope everyone is getting up, stretching, hydrating, doing all of the important self-care. We will be back shortly with everyone. See y'all soon.